Hey everybody, this is Mickey from throtl and Danny Courtney. You can follow him on YouTube. His link will be in the description. And we're going to show you today how to install a windshield banner properly on your car without screwing it up. So, these are the things you're going to need. Your banner, obviously. A tape measure of some sort. A vinyl squeegee or credit card, whatever you like to use. A cutting device. You can get these real cheap at Harbor Freight, 50 cents. A roll of tape for marking. Some glass cleaner and a rag to wipe your windshield if it's as filthy as this one. And a bottle of water with 1 drop of dish soap. 1 drop only. Any
Just
more than
drop.
that, it's ruined. Thanks, Evan. So we're trying to show you how to install one of these properly, and we're actually doing this in probably the worst atmosphere we could. We're basically doing it in direct sunlight. So if you have the opportunity to do this in your garage, under a tree in the shade, or somewhere where there's clouds all the time, it's probably better. So we're unfortunately in Southern California and we have to deal with this sun because we don't have a garage to put this in right now. So we're gonna go ahead and all right, grab your tape measure and gonna get a measurement. Basically pick a point at the base of the windshield that's the same on both sides. In this car there's a little trim molding, so we're going to tuck the ruler or measuring device against that and measure up how far we want the windshield visor to actually hang down from the top of the windshield. So on this car we're going to go 23.5, and I've already prepared a piece of tape to stick here. So you want to take the top of the tape to your measurement. So 23.5 is right there, and you'll want to put it on the pillar and onto the window.
23.5?
23.5, Danny. So he'll do that on the other side. And what that does is it gives us a reference point. When we have the banner peeled, we can just both pull tight against each other and lay it down flat. That will help eliminate some of the bubbles and potentially wind folding it over and ruining it. So we've got the windshield banner unrolled. The throtl windshield banners all come with a pre-designated center line marked on them so that you can actually go look at your car and get this center line as close to the center of your rear view mirror mount as possible. Rear view mirror mounts are almost always smack dab center in the windshield on almost every car, so just a good way to cheat. So here's the water and soap solution. Just go ahead and douse this thing in that, especially we're gonna use a lot because we're out here in the direct sunlight. So we'll put some on here, and then we'll also hit the windshield with a bit so that if we don't nail this first try, we've got a little bit of release. You want to get a little bit up onto your roof as well. Okay, so we got the windshield visor in place, centered. It's at our tape marks here. As you can see, bottom of the banner is relatively close to where the tape is. And that ensures that we've got it basically in the center. Now what you want to do is take your squeegee, apply pressure, and work from the center out. And make sure you're using overlapping passes with the squeegee, pushing down hard. Don't worry, the transfer tape is there to prevent against scratches and stuff like that. So you can push fairly hard. Since we're out here in the sweltering heat, this thing's actually going to dry up really quick. It was good that we used a lot of lubricant, soapy water. So when you do it in the shade, it might take a little while for the solution to dry before you can pull this transfer tape off. All right, so now the banner is applied to the windshield. Would take the squeegee or your credit card and just, as long as it doesn't have a really sharp edge, you can actually use the corner of it and kind of tuck it against the rubber moldings. Get yourself a nice line, because you're actually going to use that as a guide to cut when you're all done. So now that it's on, a little trick to get this pre-mask off I learned a long time ago by accident was actually spray it with water after you've got it applied, and it helps, I don't know why, but it helps the release on the pre-mask to come off the vinyl a little easier. So we're going to do that now. This is not necessary, but just a trick.
opened it.
When you peel this back, you're gonna wanna peel it against itself. Instead of trying to pull it up like this, that'll tend to create bubbles and potentially pull the vinyl away from the glass, especially in this super hot sun like we're in right now. So you just wanna take it back against the glass, and that'll allow all this stuff to stick really good. All right, so we've got the banner on, it's laying nice and flat. Now we're just gonna pull back the sides a little bit just to make sure we got a good tuck on here against the rubber molding. And we've got our knife, and we're just gonna go ahead and cut the excess vinyl off against the rubber molding. Most times you can use the rubber molding as a guide to make a nice straight cut. If you've got the rubber molding that has a flange on it, be careful you don't cut the flange off, but you can actually cut it just a shade too long and then tuck it under the flange by using your squeegee and putting it underneath. All right, so those are the steps in applying a windshield banner to your window. Hopefully that was enough instruction and you nail it the first try. Hopefully you enjoy your throtl banner as much as we enjoyed sending it out to you.